Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing a another Danner Builds mold. This is a big tray. It's about 14 and a half inches across. And then the center where the picture goes is about 12 inches. This is the last one I did. It's Shark Week right now, so like I said before, I'm a Shark Week geek. I love sharks. So this one, I made my own stencil, which I'm going to show you guys how to do today. And I used KSRESIN liquid stone. And you can see, so the color shift on the sharks is one of my chameleon chromes. It's called Dragonfly. And then my cousin lives in Jacksonville. And she actually collects shark teeth. And I put real shark teeth around the rim with alcohol inks. So this is really neat. I'm obsessed with this tray. It takes over about 40 ounces of resin. So on this one, I'm ready to get to Halloween already. It's like August. Some of these colors are going to be in my Halloween kit. And so I went on to Google and I Googled up free stencil SVGs. And I pulled this one up. And when you see me do it on the computer, you're going to see that I added some stuff to it, some spiders and some other flowers. But I wanted to get the color picture out so that I can kind of see what I want to do with the edge. I'm not sure if I'm going to put alcohol inks, but I am definitely putting some candy corn and then some flowers that match, that I think it goes good with the skull. I got these flowers on Amazon. It came in a huge pack. They came super fast, like the next day. They're dried. My mom is actually starting to dry out flowers, and she's gonna be my preferred flower vendor in my Facebook group, Resin Fanatics. And this was ones that she over dried a little bit, so I feel like they're a little gothic dark roses, so I'm going to use those in a pyramid mold. I'll probably do a video on those. I'm going to be jumping into a bunch of Halloween stuff because I'm Halloween obsessed. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to start my edge. We're going to do the edge, and then after I do the edge, I'll show you how to make the stencil. I already filmed that part, so I'll throw it in there. And then we'll put the stencil in, we'll brush in the micas, and then we'll have a tray. So if your tray has any dust or particles or anything on it, you just simply get some tape and just pick it up. Since this tray is so large and my area is so small, I put the camera up as far away as possible with you still being able to see it. So I hope you guys will be able to see everything. So I got, like I said, I got this tray from Danner Builds, dannerbuilds.com. He has some amazing stuff. Where's my dragonfly at? I've showed you guys the dragonfly before. This is the dragonfly mold he has. I also used my chameleon chromes on this. I just broke his little thing off because I'm so rough with it. Okay, and this is his seahorse mold, which I did actually a tutorial. It's like 2 tutorials back, I think, on the seahorse mold. All right, so now the first thing I'm going to do is just lay out my flowers and my candy. And I'm just going to put a couple candy corns here and there. That one's broken, so I'm going to eat it. I don't even really like candy corn. Like my daughter says, you could eat like a couple of them and then they get nasty. But they're fun and they go with the picture. So I don't want to overdo it. And then I'm gonna, let's get some purple in there. I'm trying to see what other flowers. They have some little lavender bits, but I feel like it's not big enough. So this is forget-me-nots. And I'm just pulling the stem off the bottom, breaking them up if they're too large. So with this, I think I said it already, I'm gonna use Stone Coat, liquid stone from KSRESIN. It's like countertop resin. Because I want my tray to be super hard. And a little bit of white. There's some, these are jasmines. I asked on Resin Fanatics, because I haven't really worked with flowers much, if you had to seal the dried flowers before you put them in, and a lot of people said no. And also about the candy corn, if you had to do anything about it, and that was also a no. They did say they do float up a bit. And I still haven't decided, so this is a little rosebuds. If I want to put some alcohol inks behind these flowers, or if I just want to leave the rim clear. These smell so good. I'm like potpourring my whole art studio while I'm arting. Can't beat that. All right. I have some orange lilies, and I like to add a little bit of orange, even though I feel like the CandyCorns brought the orange, but this is a little different. I'm sorry, my doggy's barking. He barks at everything. So I'm just gonna put a little here and there. And this is definitely feeling like it's got the fall vibe. So I'm just breaking it up and adding a little here and there. That's my daughter opening a box. I have hired her as my assistant to kind of help me with everything. You know where those go, under there. Because I have so much going on and I want to be able to make videos, more videos. And I never have time. Okay guys, so this video has been super edited because I have my cat puking in the background, my dog barking at my cat puking in the background, and my daughter being loud opening boxes, and my husband singing in the shower. So I got the flowers where I want them, and I decided that I'm not going to put inks behind them, but I am going to put the camera back up. So I put the camera back up to show you now there's some dust from the flowers. So I want to get it off with the tape. Picked up a flower there. You hear my dog growling. My cats invaded my art studio. When my daughter moved out, I took over her room. And the cats just decided that this is their room. And I wanted it to be animal free so that hair doesn't get into my projects. But they had other plans. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is go mix up 8 ounces of resin. 8 ounces of resin goes into the lip. And then we're going to let that cure. So I'm going to show you my cups. I got these off of Amazon. That way I can mix 4 and 4. And I'm not going to sit here and bore you and mix, but I am going to go put my gloves on, mix up this resin, and I'll be back to pour. Hey guys, so I got my 8 ounces of resin mixed up. Everything's orange. I couldn't find any gloves, so the resin queen was nice enough to send me some gloves, and these are pretty cool. They have like, I don't know, I like them. They grip, and my stir stick is orange. I did not plan this. Okay, so I have my 8 ounces of resin mixed, and now I'm going to just pour right along the lip, keeping it in the lip. Was I filming?
No.
All right, turn it on.
It's on.
Are you sure? How do you know? I see no numbers.
Because the small red square is on. It's small.
All right, so I'm going to keep pouring. It is so funny. I'm editing on and off this video, and me and my daughter are talking. I'm thinking about not even editing it and letting you guys see how hilarious this is. She's filming another part. How funny we are. Is the camera on? Is the camera off? I might just leave it because it's hilarious. So I'm just slowly pouring around to fill up the lip. Okay, now some of these flowers are going to float up a little bit. I'm going to try to press them down as much as I can a little later when the resin is thicker. But you have to remember that this is going to be filled up again with resin after we put the stencil on. So it's going to cover the flowers up and it's going to be fine. But if you want to get a little stick, if I could find my little sticks, and I'm going to kind of push them down a little bit. I decided not to go with inks because the flowers, it's just too much. I want it to be more simple. I don't want too much going on. As for bubbles, I am not going to torch this big Danner Builds mold. So I'm going to get a tiny little heat gun. And I'm going to go around the edge with it. But first I'm going to wait, give it time for the bubbles to pop up a little bit. If you let the resin sit for a good 10 minutes, the bubbles will rise to the top of the resin. And I got a little bit too much resin on this side and I'm just scraping it down. I think what's going on is my table's uneven. Since I'm going to put some chromes and a stencil here, I'm going to kind of wipe that off. I'm going to get a baby wipe. Because I don't want all of that excess resin on there. It was a little different with the flowers. They took up a lot of the space, so I probably needed a little less resin. So, let me show you my little heat gun. And like I said, if the flowers are popping up a bit, it's gonna be okay. Because another layer is coming over this. Oh, my daughter just knocked over a whole gallon of sea glass. I'm telling you. So this is a little heat gun. I forgot what they're called. They're for, I can't think at all today. But I'm just gonna blow a little bit. I'll put the link to the heat gun in the description box. I need to wear a mask while I'm doing this. I know everybody's having trouble getting masks. I got this from Granger. I'll leave the link to this. They had super fast shipping, and it's for VOCs, so it's safe. Make sure you're in a well-vented area and that you have gloves on, especially when you're heating up the resin. So that's just going around and popping a little bit of the bubbles. I might come back in 10 minutes, see if there's any more bubbles and pop them. I'm gonna clean up my little area here that we were gonna put the stencil on. You gotta be careful with baby wipes. They can leave fiber behind little hair, so I'll come back with a paper towel and wipe it up, but basically just clean up your little space. And now I'm going to insert the video where I created the stencil for you, and then we'll come back and put the stencil on, and then we'll paint it with the chromes. All right, guys, thank you for watching my crazy video, and I will see you later. Hey, guys. So I'm going to show you how to make a stencil. I'm using my Cricut Machine, and I am using the Cricut Stencil paper that I'm trying to find so that I can show it to you. This is also the second time that I'm filming this, because when I did the first part of the video in the tray and then I came to load this part that I filmed a few days ago, I realized I never pressed play. So I never filmed it. But anyways, here's the Cricut stencil paper, vinyl. And this one's already done, but I'm kind of going to backtrack and show you how I did it. So I'll make a new one. And the center of the tray is 12 inches. But with the Cricut, I could only do 11.5 by 11.5 inches. I haven't figured out how to do it bigger yet. I don't know if I need a bigger mat, but this works perfectly fine. So what you do is you go to shapes and you're going to pull up a circle. And my internet is very slow. And I'm going to make the circle 11.5 by 11.5, which is just perfect for the mat. And then, like I said in the beginning of the tutorial, that I went to Google and looked up free stencil SVGs to look for my sugar skull. And then, so now I'm going to pull up the sugar skull because I already have it loaded. And then I want to make it smaller, drag it down until it fits into the circle, because you realize that circle is going to be in the center of the tray. And then I got some cool little spiders, and I'm going to make him way smaller. And I put him over here at like an angle. And I'm gonna copy this little guy, put one over here, and my computer is lagging like crazy. And then I got some flowers that I uploaded. And I already did the other one, but I'm just kind of showing you what I'm doing. And I searched free stencils for all of these on Google. And I'm going to put it right there. So just for now, we're going to leave that. And the first thing you want to do now, when you got everything where you want it, and like I said, it's not perfect, but I'm just showing you how to make a stencil. You're going to hide the circle. So you go over to the right and hide the circle. And then you're going to want to select all of this, right click, and weld it together. Then you're going to put the circle back. Going to select the whole thing, right click, and slice it. And then when you pull this off, the stencil will be there. So it's super easy. And then I'll send that stencil to the Cricut and cut it, and it'll come out a complete circle with the little stencil, and then we can brush in the chromes in the center of the stencil. So that's how you make a stencil on Cricut. I don't know if you have a Cameo. Also, the Resin Queen, I'll leave a link. She is making stencils. This one is not reusable, but she's making some really cool reusable stencils. So if you want to check out her Etsy store, you can buy some over there if you don't have the Cricut machine to make it. And also, I will leave a link to the Cricut machine in case you don't have one and you want to get one. Alright guys, thanks for watching. The rim is still curing. Tomorrow when that's cured, we'll slap the stencil down, put the micas, the chameleons, whatever we're going to use, the chromes, and then we'll pour the final layer of the tray. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye. Hey guys, so I lied a teensy bit. I said I would see you tomorrow, but I realized I wanted to show you the process of the stencil cutting out on the Cricut. So this is the sticky mat. Just because I know there's some people that have never done this before or never used a Cricut before. And you get the vinyl paper. Got taped back together somehow. And I'm just going to line it up. Smooth it out. And then I'll cut it at the end here. And it has lines to help you cut easier to see where you're cutting. And I'm making a mess. And now I'm gonna move it over to the machine, the camera, and so that you can see it printing. Okay, so here it is. And I am trying to hide my holy heck of a mess I have going on here. So I'm just going to feed the paper in. Not the paper, the mat. And hit the little button that pulls it in. And then the print button. And I have it set on 1 up from vinyl, so it's a little bit, it cuts a little deeper. You're not gonna really be able to see much because it's clear. So I will let it do its magic. You can see a little bit there. And then I'll show you when it's done. Okay, so I dropped this down really low so you guys can see it. And I'm pulling this off. You want to make sure you put your plastic back on your mat because it's super sticky and you pick up all kinds of, well, I have cats and dogs, so you pick up all kinds of hairs. I was off a little bit on my measurements. I do not know what I did. I think I put the paper on wrong. I don't know. But I'm gonna peel this outside edge off. Oh, it wasn't off. And there's my circle. Let me raise the camera up just a tad. So then the next thing I'm gonna do is sit here with my busted weeding tool, because I've used the crap out of this. And I can never find it. It took me like 20 minutes just to find it. And I'm gonna weed out all of the pieces that are supposed to come out. And that's where I'll be doing the coloring. Sometimes it looks a little confusing, so I pull up my picture on the computer, or I did have the paper somewhere so I could kind of see what was supposed to be pulled out and what wasn't. It probably took like 15 minutes for the Cricut to cut the design. But I'm definitely not going to bore you and sit here and weed this whole thing, but you kind of get the idea of what you're supposed to do. And then, so tomorrow when the tray is cured, we'll put this on and do the stencils. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Again, thanks for watching. Hey guys, so it is the next day and this is cured. I covered it up last night. When Philip sends you the mold, he sends cardboard wrapped in saran wrap, and that's how he kind of keeps the mold from getting ruined during shipping, and I actually used that to cover it up, so it worked perfect. Okay, so now I'm going to put the stencil on. I laid in bed last night with, you know, my back against the pillows, all relaxed, and I weeded the whole thing. I would say it took like 20 minutes. It wasn't that bad. So I'm gonna just pull it off now. Carefully. Sometimes if the design's real intricate, you have to use transfer tape to pull it off, but this one's not that bad. And I'm going to try to get the nose in the middle here. I'm going to try to have a little cat hair on there. Try to get it to lay out properly. This probably actually would have been better with transfer tape, but honestly, guys, I do not like using transfer tape. So I'm kind of just smoothing them out. And the tray is round, so it kind of doesn't matter which way he ends up laying. Just playing with it till I get it exactly where it needs to be. Pull on this side a little more. So I'm gonna get off camera and play with this just a little more to get it where I want it to be, and then I'm gonna get my colors ready, and then we'll come in and brush this. But this is, you get the idea, the gist of it, of how you make a stencil and put it on the tray. If you're a beginner at this, it's your first time, probably use the transfer paper so that it's easier for you. So if you're a beginner at this, probably use the transfer paper so it's a little easier to pick up and put down. So I'm gonna get the colors ready and I will be right back. Hey guys, so I'm back on my squeaky chair, and now this is the fun part. It's tedious, but it's fun. So I got my colors together and I'm gonna do a little mixing. I have some really cool chameleon chrome colors, and I was thinking about using them, but I thought maybe, well, I asked other people's opinion first, but I thought to just keep it classic and not have too many shifting colors. But I am gonna slap some glow in the dark in there. I'm gonna try to mix some invisible glows with other colors. I've never done it before, and see if it works. So those of you guys that have been following me or do follow me or in my group know that I'm putting a spooktacular Halloween set together. It's gonna drop like at the end of the month or maybe in the beginning of September, just depends. And I'm gonna give you a sneak peek of some of the colors that are gonna be in it. And it's not just going to be colors, it's not just gonna be chromes, it's gonna be some molds and other stuff, but this is what you get to see so far. I do not carry these yet. They will be in the Halloween kit, exclusively in the Halloween kit, and then I'll decide if I want to keep them after and add them into the store. But so I'm gonna go off by the colors like this to keep it like this because it looks really cool, it matches. So this is chrome light green, chrome black, and chrome orange. Cool Halloween colors. There are more colors, but this is all you're gonna see for today. You have to wait for the Halloween kit. These chrome colors I already have in stock. This is chrome purple, chrome blue, and chrome gold. So I'm gonna use these. And then these are my invisible glows. I also have these in stock. This is red, tide, and jack-o'-lantern. Let me see if I can get them to glow for you. I'm gonna turn off the lights. So they're invisible, which means you can mix them into clear resin and it's going to stay clear. But when the light, but you know, they glow the color. Jack-o'-lantern is orange. I can't get my little light to work. Jack-o'-lantern's orange. And obviously red tide is red. I also have a full moon, which is white glow. It's really cool. These are my Halloween glow colors. I haven't decided if I'm going to put any glow in the kits. We will see in the Halloween sets. Alright, so I have a few brushes. I have this little brush. It has a little notch right here. This is cool. I sell these on my website. And also these. So let's get to painting. So my stencil is kind of off a little bit, but it's okay. It was a little bit of a pain to get on there because I didn't use the transfer paper. I wish I would have used it, even though I told you I really don't like it. So I'm going to start with the outside of the skeleton, and he's going to be black chrome. If I can get this open. I want to show you, if I can find it, what the black chrome looks like. Of course I'm not going to be able to find it. Oh well, I guess you guys are going to have to see it when it's done. It's really pretty though. So I'm going to keep using the same brush over, and a bunch of molds just fell. Okay, so I can blow into it to clean it off. I wipe it off on my apron. And I have the camera as close as it'll possibly come down, and I'll kind of like move it around to the spots that I'm at. Putting my light back on. So I'm just grabbing a teensy bit is all you need, and I'm just going to brush lightly on the outside of the skull. This is really like fun. It's satisfying for me. Relaxing. You know what I mean? Let your creativity flow. That's what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna try to mix up some colors here. You can see the teeth kind of look like the candy corns and kind of fade orange or red. You know what? I'm missing red. I'm gonna use some red too. So I grabbed some red chrome. That's also in stock now. If your stencil's sticking up just a tad in places, that's fine. Just push down on it. My spider is going to be black too, so I might as well get over here to my spider since I already got some on there. I'm wondering if I should put maybe a different color center for the spider, maybe red or something like that. I'm skipping the spider now because I want to think about it. And the cool thing when you pull off the stencil, you can touch up places where you've maybe messed up a little bit. If the stencil wasn't on there perfect. And I still haven't figured out what I want my background to be when I do the final pour. I know that my skeleton is going to be the color of whatever the pour is, so I'm gonna want to use some white. I don't know, I'm thinking of some interference colors. But the whole background is going to be the color of the skeleton, so we shall see. All right, my eyes, I want them to glow red. So I'm using the red Tide. You know what? Maybe I'm going to start from the top. I'm going to start with this flower here, because then I don't want to keep going over the eyes. So I'm going to pull out the blue, the red, and the orange. And I'm going to pull my little brush out. And it's kind of like a magnet. It just grabs the pigment right up. And I'm going to make the middle red. And I'm kind of brush off the brush on my apron. Or you can have like a paper towel or something sitting next to you. And I'm doing the outside orange. Blow my brush off or brush it off and then try to blend it in. Blend the whole thing in. Tiny bit more red in the center. Okay, and then I'm going to take my bigger brush with the blue. Do not stick it in there really far, just gently right on the tip of the brush. And I'm gonna brush out these flowers. Just gently grabbing on the tip. And I'm gently brushing the mold. You don't want to damage your mold. You don't want to jab at it. These brushes are very gentle. And then on the little flowers, these flowers are going to be purple. I'm going to leave this red and orange over here and try not to spill it. On one of my videos, I spilled the entire jar of chromes into the mold. I think it was a seahorse video, but I actually saved it. I'm blowing out my brush. I'm brushing it on my apron. My Resin Fanatics apron, if you guys are not in my group, Resin Fanatics on Facebook. We have an awesome group in there. We just hit 7,000 people. And everybody comes there to ask questions, show off their artwork, get help. If you're new, nobody's gonna tell you to go search in the files or anything like that. People will help you. Everybody's nice. Made a lot of friends in there. You will make a lot of friends in there. So these are the videos where I'm talking or playing music in the background, and I don't like the music, and a lot of people don't, so I'm gonna talk. So I'm looking at the picture as I'm going. And I'm getting these purple flowers over here. My Apple Watch. Sorry, guys. So because people come into these videos at all times, and sometimes they don't look at the date. It is Friday, August 14th. It is Shark Week. So I've been watching Shark Week at night. I'm loving it. And doing Halloween art by day. I can't wait for fall. I live in the Florida Keys and I can't stand the summer. Like, I'm an island girl and you would think I love the heat, I love the water, I love the summer. Nope, it is hot. I can't stand it. I can't wait for fall to come. Not that it gets super cold here, but the breeze starts coming off the ocean and it's just marvelous. All right, so the little dots around these are orange with the red center. Whoops, I wanted my red center. You know what? I did it backwards. It doesn't matter, I guess. But in the picture, it was red on the outside with orange in the center. Let's try one and see if it looks better. Orange on the outside. I mean, orange in the center and red on the outside. That one, I kind of just messed the whole thing up. It's super small. So the whole thing's orange. I assume it's okay if they're all different. Better to have a little flow going on. I put a little bit too much mica. think it looks cool both ways. Probably hard for you guys to see these tiny little dots. But I'm kind of just going both ways now. So they're different. Red and orange or orange and red. My chair is super squeaky. I have a little bit too much on my brush, so as you can see, I dabbed it in 2 different circles. The orange picks up more than the red. Easier to pick up. Then you get a little bit too much. But the point of having the orange in the center was supposed to make it look like it lighted up a little bit. You know what I mean? Like it highlighted it. It's gonna look cool either way. Okay. Giving it a little blow. I'll come and wipe this up a little bit before I do my final pour. Now the spider web here is the same. It's all light orange, like down the middle. Yellow actually, but I'm using orange. And then we get some red going. I'm actually going to use my bigger brush with this. It's a bigger space. Tap red on each side and then blend it all in. Red, red. You'd be surprised how much stays on the brush. How much you can get out of one, you know, dipping the brush in one time. And I'm just tapping these little circles that I did to kind of blend them in a little more with the bigger brush. Just gentle taps. All right, we have a spider here. So I'm going to use my chrome black on that little guy. Okay, and I'm gonna do these 2 purple flowers and then I'll drop to the eyes. I'm planning on mixing the invisible glow with the black to try to get the eyes to glow red. I did do a little test earlier. I don't want to have to turn the lights off again, but it did work. It did glow. So let's see if we can get it to work. What was I doing? Purple on the red. Purple on the flower, I mean. Purple on the red. Let me move this down a little more. If you're doing this, you know, yourself, you can take your time, take more time for yourself. I'm trying to go a little fast for the video's sake, so I'm not boring you guys. I'm gonna do the nose and these 2 little green spots, and then I'll do the eyes. All right. Look how pretty that blue is. So his little nostrils are gonna be blue. I'm gonna try to get his teeth to glow and his eyes to glow. All right, the eyes. So here's the red. I wanna make sure my brush is cleaned out really good. I'm blowing into it and wiping it like crazy on my apron. And this is clear. It's invisible glow, so it looks clear in your resin, but it glows red. So I'm brushing that into the eyes first. And it looks almost white, but like I said, in your resin, it's going to be clear. And then I'm gonna come with my black chrome and brush over it. Now it's gonna be a little lighter black, but it's still gonna be cool. Now I gotta wipe off my brush. I should have did the other eye with the glow first. I'm so messy. I hope that when I pull, you should be neater, like stay inside the lines more. Like I'm hoping when I pull this off, it doesn't get everywhere. Let's turn off the lights and see if we get some glow. My little UV light. I have my window open, so it's going to be hard for you guys to see. But I am getting some glow action. If you guys can see that. I want to blow this off, but I have so much stuff in front of me. All right, quick blow. Now my whole, everything in front of, on my desk is super dusty. If you guys, I should really be wearing a respirator when I'm doing this. I don't have one on. I'm talking. If you guys have bad allergies and stuff and you're dusting micas and chromes, you can wear a mask. It doesn't have, like, you know, the N95 or something like that. I'm sure with everything going on, you have one laying around. Okay, so these little nostrils here are green, and I got a little bit of the glow in there, and I don't want his nostril to glow, so I'm gonna just wipe it out with a Q-tip. My stencil is kind of poking up on this one, so I'm gonna have to, after I take it off, sure up the lines on this. And down here is green, so I have it out. So on the center of these spiders, since they're different and they're on the side, I'm gonna make this part red and then I'll do the rest black. Just to change them up a bit. I like to try to close these in between because, like I said before, I spilled one. So I'm gonna finish off my spider over here. I'm gonna move this over. Make sure it's in the frame as much as possible. A little bit of the red got into his butt, but it looks cool, kind of like a highlight. So I'm gonna actually go do it to the other one. There we go. And I got a little bit of red there and I don't want it there. I got a little purple flower down at the bottom. And a little purple one here. And then I got the dots that have the red and orange. So I'm gonna dot, 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 dot. And I'm gonna come with my red, dot, dot, dot. dot dot. It's a little faster that way. And then on my big brush, I'm gonna blend them out. Just added a little more. I missed the green part because I didn't see it. And then I have a black spider in the middle here. I'm trying to decide if I want to keep them all black or add a little red. Maybe I'll just keep the red guys on the outside. Okay, I have the teeth. The teeth are orange and red, and I'm going to try to use the orange glow. So I'm gonna kind of do the same thing I did with the black. I feel like I'm gonna make a little custom mix. I had gold and I was gonna try to use gold in some of these, and I totally forgot that I had it, so fine. So I have a little orange there and a little red here. So I could pull from it easier. And this is the orange glow. And the top of his little thing here is supposed to be black. So I'm just kind of mixing the colors together with the orange glow. I feel like it's gonna glow, but it's gonna be blotchy maybe. That is my chair. All right. So I'm just cleaning out this little top piece because this is supposed to be black. like the lining of his lip or something. The bone around his teeth, around his jawbone. Man, it's so quiet. My husband is watching the dog so I can get this done. I've been contemplating about these last roses. That's what I was thinking about doing a color shift on. These two here. Or I could do them bright popping red to match the spiders. Here. We have enough purple going on for sure. All right. Okay, I couldn't resist myself. I'm gonna do the flowers shifty. This is Scorpion. It's a chameleon chrome. And since the little rosebuds have like that red, it has red, purple, it has green, it has brown. I feel like it has everything in here. So only for the flowers. When I move the camera around, you'll be able to see the shift. All right. Now I'm gonna do just a little, like a couple touch-ups here and there. Clean out my brush real good. Like I feel like the purples need a little more purple. And then we're gonna pull this off and clean it up. And then I'll go prepare the rest of the resin, which I believe is like 30 ounces, something like that. Or 33. I have to go look it up, I can't remember. Philip has the chart. He has a little chart that tells you how many ounces all his trays take. He has I have to look on the computer, like 4 different size trays, maybe more. That start from 14-inch and go down. So if this tray is too big for you, you can get a smaller tray. And it's just as awesome, just a little bit smaller. It still has the lip. It's dannerbuilds.com and the link will be in the description box. I'm gonna pick up this thing and I'm gonna blow it away from all of my stuff. Okay. And I'm going to have to get a baby wipe and like clean the inside of the room here, but I'll wait till I pull this up. So we're gonna pull this up now. and then we'll see what kind of mess I made and what I have to clean. I already can tell this is gonna be amazing. It's so awesome. I want to cuss and I can't cuss on YouTube. Oh my gosh. If I cuss on YouTube, it gives me like little warnings. Okay, I forgot to tell you guys, for the jaw, I had to cut the piece separately. That's what's going on here. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, now touch up. I'm gonna get a little cup of water. Okay, so I got the teensiest bit of water. Last time when I did a Philip Danner mold, I used acetone to clean up my mess, and that's a no-no. I shouldn't have did it. It makes your mold dull and less shiny later, so I'm trying to teach you the right way. But I'm gonna just get my Q-tip wet just a tiny bit, and I can go clean up and shore up all the little areas. I have a little red into my blue flower there. Just gonna tap it out. Because of the glow, my eyes are a little messy. Ah! If I make too much, if I took too much away, you can always go back in and brush it in a little, see? So we are cleaning up. I can even, if I want to, wet this brush a little bit because this part is so skinny. Nope, that didn't work. So my little green guys are a mess. I'm gonna have to fix him. This one was perfect. I have to wing it. That one looks so much better. But let's just go with it's gonna be Halloween. He's a skeleton and he's rotten, so he's not perfect. It does drive me crazy though, my OCD is kicking in because that side is absolutely perfect and that is not. Okay. So here on the little jawline, and I brought a bunch of Q-tips over here. So it's just a Q-tip and some water. It is lunchtime. I am starving right now, guys. I need to go eat before I mix my resin. So mixing up like 33 ounces of resin is a huge pain in the butt. Last time I think I might have said this in the beginning of the video, but I filmed these videos in sections, you gotta remember. So sometimes I repeat myself, and when I go watch the video to edit it, I'll edit it out sometimes if I repeated myself, but sometimes not. But last time I had my daughter and my stepson. That's driving me nuts. All helping me mix up 33 ounces of resin for the tray, for the shark tray. It's crazy. going to get more Q-tips. The teeth came out so pretty. Everything came out so pretty. I'm gonna love this so much. I already love it. The background has to be perfect. I have to choose the correct colors. Taking a little bit too much out of the spider web. I feel like I should leave it alone and just worry about cleaning the sides. From blowing it. So if you take your time, maybe go use the little brush on everything. It's gonna take you forever, but it won't be so messy. And it's really not that messy, but you know. Us artists always want everything to be perfect. Okay. Now, the sides. Man, I spilled molds everywhere. And now I'm trying not to step on them. Those are my surprise Halloween molds you hear down there. So I'm going to, the sides have a lot of dust on it. And that dust is gonna glow or shimmer or shift or something, and I don't want that in a final pour. So I'm carefully wiping it with the baby wipe, and then I will come back and wipe it with the paper towel, because I know I'm pretty sure I told you earlier in the video that baby wipes can leave residue, like little fibers. I mean, basically the paper towel can too, but with the paper towel I'm just drying it. I'm patting it. Okay. This little part is bothering me. There. Voila. All right, let's see if we can see some shift in those flowers. Ooh. Yes. Loving it. Okay, guys. So I'm going to pull the camera down and do a little circle so you can see everything. And then I'm going to go eat lunch, and I'm going to come back and we're going to mix. No, I'm going to go eat lunch, mix 33 ounces of resin, and then pour it. I'm not going to make you guys sit here while I'm mixing it. And I'm going to decide what colors I want to put in the resin. Some kind of marbling, I'm thinking whites and a little bit of interference color. Okay, guys, I'm so excited. I will see you guys in a bit. Hey guys, so I'm back and I mixed up 33 ounces of resin all by myself. I had no one to help me. I had to use like 2 big cups and mix forever. And I decided, I was like looking on YouTube at different kinds of pours, and I decided to do a abalone type pour. So I'm using mermaid scales, which is interference green, sunburn, which is interference red, and sand pearl, which is interference blue. So I mixed the 33 ounces. I separated them in 3 cups. And you have to mix that interference in so good, because what happened on my last tray with the shark tray, I was kind of in a hurry. I forget KSRESIN has a really long working time. It's like 45 minutes plus. And anyways, I got nervous because I was taking so long and I didn't mix the interference colors well. And it made like little powder marks on the top of the mold. But luckily, since it was ocean, and it was like a shark tray, it kind of looked awesome because it looked like waves were splashing, you know, like it was sea foam or something. So, but we do not want this to happen on this one. So I'm just going through and mixing it again. Scraping the sides. Trying to get the bottom. And then I'm just gonna start pouring. That's the purple, the green, the blue, in no particular order. When I get to the bottom, I'm kind of stirring again because I'm so afraid to get any kind of powder. Purple. I wanted to keep the background. I went through all kinds of ideas, like a skull could look old, like marbling. I don't know, but I couldn't decide. That I get like that, like I go back and forth, back and forth. And I really love interference colors. And I thought it would look really cool if I just kept it like the pearl white with the hidden interference colors in. And it in the background, it wouldn't take too much away from the chromes and stuff like that. And it's still got the white for the skull. So I'm just emptying my cups. And it's gonna stay pearl white, but the colors are gonna bounce off of each other. The green, the red, the blue. And you'll see it just a little bit. This bad boy takes some resin, huh? I put a picture earlier in between when I was talking about Danner's trays, the different sizes, so you can see they were all sitting on top of each other. And I'm filling it up right to the rim. Make sure those roses get covered. The roses stuck out a little bit. What, kitty? Just making sure I get every little drop. All right, and then I'm gonna throw these away. I'm gonna take a small popsicle stick, and I'm gonna make sure that I don't touch the bottom where the chrome is, but I'm gonna kind of just drag these colors around. so that they swirl into each other. But without touching the chrome, your paint job. I'm not having a really bad time with bubbles, and when I'm doing this, it's actually popping any little bubbles that are coming up. Do not take a torch to your Danner mold. If you want to use a little heat gun to pop the bubbles, you can. Be very careful. Maybe like an embossing gun, the little heat gun. And that's it, guys. I'm gonna let her sit and demold her tomorrow. I'm so excited, I can't wait. I'm gonna pull the phone down and let you see up close, and then I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for watching. Hey guys, so it's the next morning and it is cured enough to get it out of the mold, and I thought I would come outside and try to get some natural sunlight. I'm really excited. This Halloween stuff may not be your cup of tea, but you know that now that you know how to use a stencil, you can do pretty much anything you want on any mold. It doesn't have to be this mold. And like I said, Philip makes different size molds. You don't have to get the biggest one. But these molds are absolutely beautiful. And there it is. I love it. It's so pretty. It's pretty. And then I'm going to take it inside since it's been out in the sunlight, and maybe I can get a little bit of the glow in the eyes. I'm liking the clear on the rim and then the white in the background, or the pearl, the interference colors. I feel like I could have been a little bit more cleaner with my chromes. I see now I'm getting a shadow. In my video, but I think it's super beautiful, and I'm gonna get some still shots, and then I'm gonna get some glow shots, see if it glows, and I will post them. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye bye. So I'm back inside, guys, and I just wanted to say, unfortunately, the glow did not work like I wanted it to. I threw up a picture right before this video. It did not glow that well. Next time I'm gonna think about maybe for the eyes using some glow vinyl. I could print a spider web vinyl, stick it down instead of the chrome, and then the eyes would really glow and pop. The glow pigments really work better when you are mixing them into the resin. So that was an experiment, brushing it on, and they do not glow that well. I'm trying to catch the shift for you of that dragon, what did I use? Dragonfly? No, it was scorpion. So I didn't get the glow that I want, but all in all, I think the tray is gorgeous. I love the background. And I'm sorry about earlier when I was demolding it. I caught all those shadows in the video. But this should give you a nice picture of it. You can see so you can see the interference colors, how they all went together in the background and made a cool little effect. I'm thrilled. I like it. Alright guys, thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.